Hi everyone, welcome to my first League of Legends casting. This is just a normal game, no high yellow kind of stuff. Playing with a few people that I don't know, except for Xerath, and I'm playing Xerath. Just letting you know, this game we lost horribly because it was a 4v5. Caitlyn kind of just hopped in and out, was stayed at level 1, and then our Xerath AFK'd and left that game. So we had a 3v5. We didn't win, but this game is the first game I've played in a long time as Xerath, and I think that you can learn a lot if you're trying to play him. So me personally, I run the Orange Ring. I go for Masteries and Runes of Caster, and just high AP, Magic Pen, reds, armor, yellows, that kind of stuff.
Power leading, power farming, power tanking, power kills, so many kills, 400 kills!
Yes, 400 kills. Good job. I max...
It
Oh,
will
this
take
money's wrong.
only a spark of my magic to end you.
So I max Q, I do secondary E, I don't learn W,
It will take only a spark of my magic to end you.
and that's me spamming. W I don't learn it all until the end because I don't like the immobility. Mobility I think is a key part of this game, League of Legends, and if you're not able to move around where you want to, you're going to be outpositioned, or you're just not going to catch people. So I don't like using it because if you forget to press W again, you're going to get stuck in that place, and occasionally I forget. So I just go max Q, secondary E, and then get my ultimate when I can. And again, this is not a high ELO kind of game, but nevertheless, I think you can learn a lot by seeing where I make mistakes, where I did okay, and then you can do your own thing. I know one of my problems is I buy Deathfire Grasp, and I don't use it, just because some characters I just forget completely to use it. In any case, Leashing Blue, so he's out, and as you can see, Kate is completely AFK, and that's pretty much the entire game, 4v5. But nevertheless, hang in there, do whatever you can, because you never know who's going to come in, and you never know how well you're going to play. So it's good to, play with the disadvantage, learn a little bit. I was too lazy to get the right clicking there, so I just queued them. Generally, as a mid, and also solo, is this walking game. So the idea is, again, for mobility, keep on walking back and forth around the outside, especially with people with skill shots, and see how good are they. Do they know their character? Do they know where the positions are? And do they think I'm good or do they think I'm bad? I can tell that this Karthus is missing his stuff, and he really should have been ignoring me the entire time, and instead should just focus on farming the creeps. But I'm like just toying with him, making him waste his mana, making him waste his positioning, and then I'm right-clicking him every so often whenever I get a chance. And miss that little creep there. Yeah, as you're going through, this was bad of me. I shouldn't have pushed this far because they have a Shen jungle, and their Shen jungle could have came in at any time and just kind of like got me. But I was pretty confident this Karthus was bad, so I was just doing whatever I felt like. Didn't care. You can use the EQ combo, but poking with the Q is just enough. If you play enough Ezreal and characters who poke, you'll learn how to poke. And it's not worth the mana to do both if you're going to miss one of them. So just do the Q. It's cheaper in mana, and it does more damage. Right now it's cost the same, 70 and 70, but for the damage you get 115 base versus 70 base. And yeah, so you reconnected, you came back in for like a few seconds, said I lagged, and then he left. Not good. Also, if you're ganking mid, like if you saw Xerath came over here and kind of sat, and then left, yeah, you should probably just stay here, because he's going to come back, and then you can just come out on the backside, come here, and then just knock him up a couple times. And that would have been easy first blood. But now, bottom drew first blood, because we have our Kate coming back, and Kate had no idea what she was doing, and you have an angry Tristana, and then here our Kate never comes back, for whatever reason. Makes it kind of sad, people still having bad internet. If you have bad internet, I'd recommend not playing this game. Just don't play competitive games. People are going to be angry at you, and you're going to be angry at yourself. That's if you can help it. Also, this constant walking helps you keep your hands warm. And, oh yeah, look at that. And it helps you not auto attack by accident on the creep and lose your kill. So, yeah, Karthus is hitting me once in a while, but I don't know. For some reason, I'm not taking that much damage. I don't know why. And he's missing a lot, so it's fine. And there you go. Now it's back to a 45, and it stays that way until it becomes a 3v5. So here's basically the rush if you're playing against Karthus. So I can punish him. I flash him, ignite him. I should have auto-attacked him more, but I was kind of scared of dying. I didn't want to die. Look at that. Look at that. He had like 15 health. So, in any case, he and I both kind of go, lame. I want to get level 6 before he gets level 6. Just because Karthus can be a pain at that point. But, yeah, in that situation, if either of the jungles came in at that time, it would have been a swing. So I shouldn't have done that because I maybe couldn't have killed him. I was just trying to bully him, and Shinzao should have been, I don't know, should have been mid at least once. Just saying, just saying. If you notice the build here, it's only because I couldn't get level 2 boots. So I got the mana regen just to poke him out. Whenever I play AP casters, most of my AP casters, I like getting double cooldown reduction. So what I end up doing is I get the Fiendish Codex into Morella's, and then the Fiendish Codex, and then I'll get Lucky's Pick into Deathfire Grasp. So I get the double cooldown reduction. You don't have to do that if you think you're going to land stuff more often and you want to just do your burst and then walk away kind of stuff. You can, you know, rush Death Cap if you feel like it. I don't like that. I like having my constant, like, because in the end you're going to notice I'm going to have a 30-second cooldown ultimate. And I kind of like that. That is nice to have. But as you notice, I'm level 6, he's level 6, he's at full health, I used up some mana, so I'm like, okay, well, I can get punished pretty badly if he puts up a wall and I'm stuck. So I'm hanging back here for a little bit, seeing how we do. And I know that was 4v5, so their Shen can just pop out any time. And now here, he's coming mid. So there he goes. Now here's a mistake I did. I kind of walked off the screen. I tried to do this with Bull in mid, but he actually got panicky and then left. So I came back in to bring him back in, and then, look, yeah, why is he going away? He could have just swung around here, but instead he goes up here, and nothing. Just bumps into Shen for no reason. Yeah, see, like that. If he just came in this way, Shen would have been out of position, and that would have been a dead Karthus. Just pointing things out. We all play differently, but try to do the best you can in positioning and how people think. I'm slightly ahead in levels of Karthus just because he was pushed out earlier than I was. I stood for that little bit of creep wave. And generally, let them push onto you if you get a chance. That way you get the advantage of all this walking space back to their tower. So again, I don't learn W. All I do is poke him with Qs. If I know I'm going to land something, then I go EQ. And what I've noticed is really fun is to go E, then R, 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 and then with the Qs in between, if you can fit them. Just because the R is easier to land, in my opinion, than the Q. Just because if they're walking sideways. If they're walking sideways, it doesn't matter because they're going to get hit by the circle. And you get 3 of them, so you're not going to be a big deal if you miss one. So here's one. There, land. And I'm like, oh, fine. I can kill you. Yeah, that's a dead Karthus. And of course, spamming laugh. So yeah, I never was a fan of Xerath when he first was out, but after kind of seeing him, like what he's good at and what he's not good at, I think I kind of figured him out. But again, this is low-level play. So maybe my strategy doesn't work for the high yellows. And like this is kind of risky right now, but I know the Shen's up top, so I don't have to worry about the jungle. Someone could switch lanes, but people don't usually do that. So I'm just gonna clear the wave, go back, get my Morellas, or at least close as I can to it, and then maybe lucky pick. As an AP, I don't know what this is. Why would you run backwards? You're just gonna hit more. Yeah, about that. So for this, generally for AP mid, you can try to help top and bottom lane. You're losing AP mid XP though, and the idea is AP mid that you scale fast with leveling. So the faster you level, the better your team will be, just because your spells will do more damage. It's faster than farming. You level. And that kind of thing. If Shen's coming, fine, this time. And now we have a card who does not have his buddy, so I'll just come in and test the waters. Now in this kind of stuff, surrender 20? No. I don't surrender 20, just because they still might win. If you don't win, at least you can learn something about people. So this is a great position to win. And I don't know why Carlos tried. That's terrible. And again, didn't use my W because his range is pretty decent without his W. Using your W makes you a good artillery position, but your passive is armor, so you might as well be in the fray for a little bit, because you can take a couple hits. And so I'm happy. I got my kill, got my gold, got my lane, and now I'm going to get Morales. And I don't know what Nos is doing. Like me. Here's Kate. Here's Noxus. No idea what that is. And there's Carlos. Doing his thing. Pressing R. And there's Singed and Shinzao. I don't know why Shinzao's doing this. That makes no sense. Yeah, also, if you have Red Rune, at least hit the guy. But, I don't know, that worked out. At least he exchanged. But you can hit the guy, then keep walking, hit the guy, then keep walking. And Shinzao at least heals a little bit. There's Kate. I thought she was coming to gank, but she wasn't. I could have punished her a little bit. Of course, since we're low on one person, better not to be that aggressive. Just sit back and farm. Now I understand if some people want to get the W first, not first, but you want to level up the W. I can understand that because you're looking for that extra range and that extra magic pen. I just don't think magic pen's worth it if you're gonna miss, and if you're stuck, and also you're losing out the damage that you're getting from the E. So you might as well just shift that damage over for something guaranteed as opposed to something that you may or may not end up having. And then we have bottom getting dived. Yeah, you don't go after Nasus, go after Kate. I mean, if you didn't watch it before, but I kind of saw it. They jumped on Trist, and Trist knocked away Kate, and then I saw Shinzao go in, and Shinzao went after Nasus, because he was under the tower, or something like that. I don't know. Silliness. So I'm coming over, but this I don't like, especially with Kate with pot. And my ultimate's down for 12 seconds. I was like, eh, and then Sin just pushing. I was like, okay. I could do something, but I also could die. And there's no need for me to die on a 4v5. And there you go. So Karthik went top. Because he dies mid. So that's fine for me. I'll take mid. And bottom's dying again. I don't know why this is happening. Over and over again. It's silly. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's how you go along this way. So here we go. And since I couldn't see her, I figured I'd use my R first. Save your Q, use your R first, then your Q, and then let everything else finish off the cooldowns. And always finish with a laugh if you get a chance. So if you're curious about the score, bring it up. Everything's pretty normal. Just not doing so hot bottom. Now see, at this point I gave up mid. That way our AD carry could farm up. And you can't tell here, there you go. Both at level 9, so she can handle it. It'll be okay. And then this way I can roam a little bit and help out people who need help. Now the problem is we lost both towers, so it's really nothing I can do at this point. But at least Tristan getting some levels. But yeah, something I try to tell them, and you'll see it a couple times in chat. I tell them, like, well, it's 45. Stop trying to gank, because the reason you stop trying to gank is because you're going to get outmanned, simply put. There's not 5 of us, there's only 4 of us. But what you can do is you can let them push constantly. Let them push, you XP up, you farm up, and then hopefully they make a mistake, and then you get that by hand. It's like that point, when they push too far, and then Nasus just walking by me, I don't know why. I guess they're just too engaged on this. Yeah. See, like that, there's no reason to be up here. There's the tower, and it's dead. And now we have a dead Nasus. I try to go over to help him. Triss is farming as she should. But yeah, she should not be here. There's no reason to be up there. You stay on your side, and all this jungle is just open. Yeah, poke your cube, kill the creep wave when they're pushing like this, because they're not going to take tower hits. Even though they could, they're not going to do it because people are just trained not to take tower hits. And then I don't know why Tristan is over here. That was totally illogical. So I just grab a kill. And this is when I used the W, and I really shouldn't have, because now I can't move. And I just was not paying attention at all. But I get lucky, and we get 2 kills. But then I died because I was sitting there taking damage because of my W. I W'd, and then I got tossed by Singed, and then I didn't turn off my W, so I was just sitting there taking all that damage. I was just doing the W to get a little extra damage since I knew they were there, but yeah, it was not smart. I could have kited a little better. And probably would have survived. Depends how much damage it took. Anyways, yeah. Even with 4 people, you still should be able to have 1 person each lane, just occasionally pushing back. But again, this is not a high yellow game or anything like that. And there we go. So you notice I build. I got Deathfire and Morello's, and you'll notice that throughout this game, I did not use Deathfire once. And I should have, because it would have saved me a lot of damage. I'm just not used to it if I don't have it. And little Tristana getting beat on. And our... oh, yeah. So at this point, stop chasing Singed. Go after Karthus. And there's Singed. Slashing away from my ult. Yeah, I don't know why people are hating Singed. It makes no sense. And you notice I should have Deathfire grasped. Let's ooh. Okay. Yeah. So speed up a little bit. Speed, speeding it up and slowing it down. Just a little bit. So there we go. Okay. So this does stink, but Tristana should not be 1v1ing on a Kate who's pretty well off. This makes no sense. Trish should just walk, problem, hop, then walk away. But yeah, it makes no sense. People doing weird things. Especially when Kate's in the bush, since her passive gives her extra damage more often. And like this, like what is this? What is this? This makes no sense. And then now you have a top pushed. I mean, it made no sense. I was bottom. One should have came over to the top, and that would have been fine. But now we have top pushed out. And I notice, like, if I go over here and help, mid's gonna be pushed, so I should stay mid. That's just the way it is. Like, you don't always try to go for the ganks, you go for lane control. And there you go. Look at that. If you disagree, fine, you disagree. But that's how I play. And we would have been fine if these people were a little more competent on that. Yeah, and also slows him and then walks back. And me, see? I pushed too far. Therefore, I get punished.